Hi folks, in this session I want to talk about why it's necessary that you read in your IELTS or your TOEFL preparation. Hey, it's Charlie. Welcome to Organic English. I'm going to go through 4 reasons why it's very important that you read in your preparation for IELTS or TOEFL and for your English learning journey in general. Then we're going to look at what you should read, how you should read, and at the end I'll give you a few resources to help you find the material that you need to read. In this session, I'm mainly talking about fiction and non-fiction books, but of course, any reading is good reading. So let's get on with it. Okay, reason number 1, to build vocab. Now my kids, all 3 of them, have really good vocabulary in their first and second language. And that's because they love to read. They're always reading. Now reading is where your vocabulary comes from. Having a good vocabulary will help you score higher in all parts of the test. Listening, speaking, writing, and of course, the reading. Now when we read, the vocabulary is right there on the page, in context, waiting for you to discover it. Now of course, you can't just see it one time and remember it. It's through repeated exposure and production of the vocabulary that we really learn it. To make that word really part of your vocabulary, you need to use it. So make sure you note down any new vocabulary. Use it in a sentence, either speaking or writing. Make that yours. Reading also exposes you to the word in different contexts, as I mentioned. For example, a word as simple as wave. Here it is in 3 different sentences. Hey, I'll wave when I see you in the parade. Do you think there'll be another COVID wave this winter? I dream of surfing the perfect wave. The one word wave used in 3 different sentences, meaning 3 different things. Okay, second reason, a related reason. Reading also helps your grammar. Now reading may actually be the most important way to improve your grammar. When you read, you're seeing grammar used in real life correctly, and it's reinforcing that grammar in your mind. Now notice I said improve. I do believe that it's important to still do grammar exercises on their own, especially when you are a beginner. It's good to get the basics from grammar exercises and then build on those skills through reading and listening. Reading is also a great way to learn punctuation. Punctuation is one of those grammar skills that is often overlooked. Okay, the third reason why you should be reading, why you must be reading. Reading extensively also gives you more ideas. Now think about when you are doing the IELTS or the TOEFL speaking test. You'll be asked your opinion about things, you'll be asked to describe things, and you'll be asked to interpret things. The more ideas you have, the better you're going to be able to answer these questions in a more interesting way, more fluently, and using high-level vocab. By reading extensively, you'll also have the specific vocab and the correct grammar to talk about these ideas. You see how it's come full circle? How everything is intertwined? Grammar, vocab, ideas, they all work together. And now the 4th reason is really simple. The more you read, the better you'll become at reading. You'll become a faster, more effective reader. Now this can only help you in the exam and of course in daily life. Okay, so those are the 4 reasons why it's good to read to prepare for IELTS and TOEFL, but also for your English language generally. Okay, so next question is, what should you be reading? Research shows that you should be reading material that is just above your level. You should understand 98% of what's on the page. So as a rule of thumb, if you look at a page of text and there are more than 5 words that you don't understand, it might be a little bit too challenging for you at this point. If there are more things you don't understand on that page, if there are more words you don't understand on that page, you might be spending a little bit too much time just looking things up. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to read. When you're reading, don't forget to have your notebook at hand, okay? So that you can note down any vocabulary that comes up, any grammar points, any phrases, any idioms, phrasal verbs that you don't recognize. Make sure you look these up in a English to English dictionary. And then the most important part is the production phase. So make your own sentences with these examples. This is part of active learning. You need to use it to retain it. So what kind of material should you be reading? Here are a couple of resources to help you out, okay? Now, one source is Project Gutenberg. Here you'll find many books that are slightly older, they're out of copyright, but they are generally classics. They're classics of English and American literature. Another great resource is openlibrary.org. It's just amazing how much material is available online for free. Another way to search for material is to go to Google and search for graded readers. Graded readers are books of various genres that are created especially for learners of English. They could be simplified versions of existing works, or they could be original works in themselves. And it's important to remember that it should be fun also. My kids are always reading because they enjoy the material they read. They really want to read it. So don't make it really difficult for yourself. Find material that you want to engage with, that you would like to read, okay? Keep it fun. Also, check to see if in your community there is a library, a public library. I live in the Netherlands, but in my public library, there are still English books there. Now, it's very likely that your local library also has books that you can borrow. Okay, so why is it so important to read? Let's recap. Vocabulary, grammar, gives you more ideas, just makes you a better reader in general. Don't forget, you can go to my website, www.organicenglish.club, where there's plenty of other material to help you become more fluent in English. Thank you very much. Now go out and find something great to read.